our agenda of new business and approval of the June 28th, 2017 minutes.
I'll second that.
Any corrections or any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the June 28th minutes, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll move on to the second item of business, and it's a proclamation for the National Disability Voter Registration Week. Oh, I'm sorry. Fiscal report.
You got time.
Yeah, it looks like it's back. Thank you, Judy.
General fund account is.
As of today, has $564,607.43. In the Erie Bank General account is $529,402.59 for a total of $1,094,010.02. Payments coming out of the general fund this week. Accounts payable $125,449.68. That still may go a little bit higher. I think most of the invoices are in there, but there may be a few more. Healthcare this week, $141,141.27. Estimated dental, $4,000, leaving us $294,016.48. Tax anticipation loan at this point remains unchanged, borrowed at $3,500,000. Obviously, by the balance and by the policy, we'll be borrowing more on that this week. That's it.
Okay. So we'll be taking what, another 500,000 from the TAN?
I would say yes,
Okay.
or 750.
750?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move to approve the fiscal report.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
I think it's important to note that everything is in line with where we were at last year at this time. And the
Fairly close.
Fairly close.
Last year's figure, when you see that 536 coming down for comparison, that already has the accounts payable, healthcare, and dental out of it at that point. So,
pretty close.
for the way things go, yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is normally a dry time for us because the property taxes don't start coming in for a couple more months. So, yeah, it's low, but it's normally low.
Okay. All in favor of approving the fiscal report, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we'll go on to the proclamation, National Disability Voter Registration Week. Whereas in July, people with disabilities and our supporters celebrate the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. There are over 50 million people with disabilities of all ages living in communities throughout the United States. And whereas the disability community has a critical interest in policies enacted at local, state, and national levels that affect the integration of people with disabilities, young and old, into our communities. Getting the disability community involved in influencing public policies is essential if these policies are to meet the real needs of people with disabilities to live in the community. And whereas voting is one way for the disability community to exert their influence at local, state, and national elections. There are multiple efforts to develop state disability coalitions around the issue of voting. Rev Up America, register, educate, vote. Use Your Power is a national effort to encourage state and local disability community voting coalitions. Members of national disability rights communities are organizing a National Disability Voter Registration Week, July 17th through 21st, 2017. Therefore, be it resolved that the Commissioners of Warren County, Pennsylvania, support the growing involvement of the disability community in the political process, and proclaim the week of July 17th through the 21st, 2017, as National Disability Voter Registration Week. Do I have a motion to adopt this proclamation?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I'd like to move to amend two very minor things in the first line. In July, comma, since that's a prepositional phrase, and then replace the pronoun our with their.
And I'd just like to comment as the commissioner that's on the Human Services Boards and as someone who has a son with disabilities that this is actually kind of a very important resolution in the sense, or proclamation in the sense that in previous decades it was very difficult for persons with disabilities, depending upon their scenario, to make it to vote. And so for the average citizen, it's very important to get that opportunity to have a voice in the elections, to have a voice in how their government acts. The people that support persons with disabilities themselves, the ability to make it to the voting booth and vote is very important. And in order for them to have, as a constituency, have their needs met. This is very important, in my opinion.
Well said. We have a first and a second. All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Another proclamation, Pretrial Probation and Parole Supervision Week. Whereas pretrial probation and parole officers' agents are dedicated employees who are charged with the duty of helping to preserve title safety of our citizens of Pennsylvania by maintaining contact with parolees, supervising their behavior, ensuring their strict adherence to mandated conditions including appearance in court, and assuring appropriate interventions for noncompliance with probation or parole conditions. And whereas pretrial probation and parole officers' agents provide both supervision and counseling to parolees and operate to uphold the law and safeguard the public from criminal activity during a parolee's transition from incarceration to the community. And whereas pretrial probation and parole officer agents work toward changing lives by working with parolees to help them find solutions to problems and to help them live a safe, healthy, and productive life. And whereas pretrial probation and parole officer agents are an essential part of the justice system and uphold the law with dignity while recognizing the right of the public to be safeguarded from criminal activity and protecting the victims of crime. Whereas pretrial probation and parole officer agents work collaboratively with local law enforcement, treatment providers, social service agencies, and a variety of other programs, groups, and individuals involved with parolees. And whereas pretrial probation and parole officer agents promote prevention, intervention, and advocacy. And whereas pretrial probation and parole supervision week is a time to recognize and celebrate the dedicated and caring individuals in the community who work tirelessly to make neighborhoods safer and more vibrant places to live, and raise families and work to give parolees a second chance and to be productive members of our society. Therefore, we, the Commissioners, do hereby proclaim the week of July 16th through 22nd, 2017, as Pretrial Probation and Parolee Supervision Week. We encourage all citizens to honor these probation, parole officer agents, and community corrections professionals to recognize their crucial roles in the criminal justice system and their achievements towards safer communities. Do I have a motion to adopt this proclamation?
Move to adopt this proclamation with the edit of changing the words tile to the.
Yes, and I read it as it was written.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion?
What is my correction?
The very first paragraph, and then there's another one
In the third,
in the
fourth paragraph.
fourth paragraph. Thank you for that, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Any further conversation, discussion? All in favor of adopting this proclamation, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. A repository tax bid. We have a tax bid on parcel number TD 00528000093. The current owner is James A. Stonebreaker. The location is in Limestone Township. The description of the property is an 8 by 30 trailer with an addition. Assessed value is $1,747. The bidder is David and Kimberly Blair, and the bid amount is $300. Do I have a motion to accept this bid?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Resolution 3086, creation of the Warren County Marketing Task Force. And this is the resolution creating the Warren County Marketing Task Force, providing for membership, organization, and procedures, and setting forth purpose, function, responsibility, and a sunset provision. And do I have a motion to accept this resolution?
So moved.
I'll second that.
And would you like to take it from
Yeah.
here?
So this is the part where you get to see me read a bunch of stuff. So bear with me, it's one page. I'll try to get through it as quickly as I can. So I am asking my fellow commissioners to support an effort to improve tourism and promotion for Warren County by voting for and authorizing the Warren County Marketing Task Force. The main goal of the group is to bring a team of top-notch business and public sector professionals together to generate recommendations for the county in order to improve tourism promotion, encourage economic development and investment, and workforce recruitment. These recommendations will include actionable and achievable projects that can make an immediate impact on the aesthetics, efficiency, and effectiveness of the general efforts to market and promote the county. The Warren County Marketing Task Force will consist of 7 individuals, including 1 commissioner, who represent the diversity of the county and its interests. The appointees will include potentially Jim Decker, the Executive Director of the Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry, and Dave Sherman, Executive Director of the Warren County Visitors Bureau. They represent the 2 most influential promotional agencies in the county and are strong advocates for local industrial and tourism businesses. Warren County's local business community will be represented by Chuck Gray, the Artistic Director for the Struthers Library Theater, representing the creative community in Warren County, and Piper Van Ord, the owner of Allegheny Outfitters, a local tourism-related business, who will represent the entrepreneurs and the local business owners. Regional government representatives will include Lisa Hagberg, the borough manager for Youngsville, representing municipal government, Commissioner Eggleston, myself representing county government, and Sherry Toon, the forest manager for the ANF, representing the federal government. The task force will function for 6 months, during which time the group will hold monthly public meetings to conduct business. The meeting schedule will be published in the newspaper and open to the public. At the end of that time, the group will produce an official report to be presented and voted on for adoption at a commissioner's public meeting. The report, once adopted, will be used as a reference during the county's development of a long-term strategic plan. There are several important points I want to highlight, and I'll be done. First, this is an effort to bring the county together on the issue of promoting ourselves to the region. Previous efforts to effect meaningful change in the way we promote our area has been siloed, and individual interests have outweighed our collective interests. If we are going to build new businesses and new business channels to expand our economy, we must work in concert with each other. Second, this is a reflection in my belief that we have some amazing people in this community that we can rely on. In previous years, it was customary to hire consultants and pay outside entities to try and solve our problems. People can sometimes forget the proud history of entrepreneurship this county enjoys, reflected in our involvement in oil and gas production, the creation of BETS and other industrial advances, how we were pioneers in direct mail through Blair, and now we are on the front lines of online education via McKissick. This group is an effort to enable that type of creativity, to deputize our citizenry and help them organize to fix problems within the community. And finally, this is a low-cost effort. Everyone is working as a volunteer out of a sense of commitment to their community to make this thing work, which is incredibly generous of them. I would add that I tire of paying consultants for these types of projects, and when we have so many qualified people within the community currently that could contribute. So I thank everyone, the group that volunteered in order to do this or to start this effort, and then also members of the community that have offered support for this effort. It's much appreciated, and I'm really looking forward to moving this forward in order to generate a report and generate some actionable items that we can do. So that's it.
Okay.
That's my pitch.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor of adopting Resolution 3086, creation of the Warren County Marketing Task Force, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll move on to appointing members of the marketing task force.
Make that motion if you want.
Okay, sure.
I move to appoint Jeff Eggleston, James Decker, Sherry Toon, Dave Sherman, Piper Van Ord, Chuck Gray, and Lisa Hagberg to the newly formed Warren County Marketing Task Force.
And I would like to second that. Any further, any further discussion? All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're going to move on to something a little different for our commissioners' meetings for today, and we have a lot of people here today, and it pleases me so to see you all here. We have some awards to present for the Korean War medals that Edgar Burris, from our Director of Veterans Affairs, at this time, we'll turn it over to Ed.
Good afternoon. We're gonna do that one more time because you weren't very loud. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
There you go, that's better. I'd like to welcome everybody. Can everybody hear me okay?
No problem.
No, speak louder.
First off, I want to thank everyone for attending. I want to thank the commissioners for allowing us to do this as part of their meeting, because I think it's very important that we bring this to the public eye. And I'd like to introduce the commissioners for those of you who may not know who they are. Our chairman is Commissioner Cindy Morrison. The vice chair is Commissioner Ben Kaplan, and the secretary is Commissioner Jeff Eggleston. Working with them, Pam Matthey, and up here is Judy. I know it was Judy, and I was the last name went.
Judy Alma, fiscal director.
The medal we are presenting today is for service of our Korean veterans who served in the Korean War in the actual conflict. This is made possible through a lot of hard work from two ladies in the back of the room, Sheila Stewart and Ashley. Thank you. If you would please stand. They are from Senator Toomey's office, and they do a lot of work to make sure that we are able to get these medals. So thank you very much for everything you have done. Please give them a round. At this point, do the commissioners want to have anything to say? If not, I will move on.
I have nothing prepared, but go ahead and move
Okay.
on.
I put you on the spot.
You did.
It is customary when a veteran receives a medal that everyone is called to attention. Once we have the veterans, and we do have one posthumous award, once we have those up here to receive the medals, I will ask everyone to please stand. I'll actually call you to attention for the reading of the proclamation. So if we could please have the family of Howard Jordan come forward. Would Jerry Westover please come forward? William Thompson. Daniel Stroop. If everyone would please come to attention. The Ambassador for Peace Official Proclamation being awarded to Sergeant First Class Howard Jordan, Sergeant Jerry Westover, Corporal William Thompson, Corporal Daniel Stroop. It is a great honor and privilege to express the everlasting gratitude of the Republic of Korea and our people for the service you and your countrymen have performed in restoring and preserving our freedom and democracy. We cherish in our hearts the memory of your boundless sacrifices in helping us reestablish our free nation. In grateful recognition of your dedicated contributions, it is our privilege to proclaim you an ambassador for peace. With every good wish of people of the Republic of Korea, let each of us reaffirm our mutual respect and friendship that they may endure for generations to come. It's signed by the Minister, Patriots, and Veterans Affairs, Republic of Korea. Actually, I'm going to ask Dolores, would you come up, please? Dolores is my assistant. I will hand this to you. It is not appropriate for someone else to wear someone else's medal. Jerry Westover. William Thompson. Daniel Stroop. Here, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, your Korean War veterans. I have been asked to give a few minutes if she can keep her composure together.
It won't take a few minutes, but on behalf of the family of Howard Jordan, his brothers Bob and Jim, who are both veterans, and his cousin Janella, who's here, and she is also a veteran, and his sister Sally, and his cousin Maxine, my brother Mike and I humbly accept this award. And we thank you at Brooks for everything you do.
Thank you. Sheila, did you want to say anything from the Senator's office?
I would just thank you for giving us our chance to work with you. I think you guys know that Ed Burris is a leader for the veterans in this county, and we work with a lot of different counties, and Ed by far is the one that is making sure that he brings back the services and provides the assistance, and he's always there just a phone call away. So I think you guys should be very honored and proud to have him working for you in Warren County. And this is now the second event that we've done with the Korean War medals, and we look forward to doing some additional ones in the future with the Warren County. So thank you.
I
Just when you're done, Ed, we'd like to at least
oh,
have our opportunity.
please come through.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you. For your service. Thank you.
These are my dad's brothers and both veterans,
Thank you both for your service.
and his sisters out. And my brother.
Now, I had requested to do this at the end of the commissioners' meeting because I figured there would be family members that wanted to try to get some photographs before we adjourn down to the commissioners' conference room on the first floor. When we do finish, we will be adjourning to the conference room where we will enjoy some cake and coffee. So at this time, do you want some pictures taken?
We would. George, Janella, Maxine. Come on up, Maxine.
Oh, hello.